Peace and abundance, peace and abundance. Good people, we need to level up. We need to level up. It's painful at the bottom. It's crowded at the bottom. We need to level up. Keep escalating. This doesn't need to be a very complicated thing. It's just a matter of just changing the way you think, changing the way you view things, changing the way you view life. One of the areas that I want to focus on is internal well-being. By internal well-being, we just need to be in a position of understanding that the medication or the pharmaceutical industry was designed to keep us sick. That is the reason why when you buy medication, there's going to be side effects, and then for those side effects, you need to go and buy more medication, and so you will remain medicated. The pharmaceutical industry is nothing more than a drug industry. Those people are dealers. Those people, they are dealers. They deal in drugs. That's what they do. They don't focus on healing people. So if you need to heal yourself, you need to stop taking pharmaceutical drugs, and then you need to switch to healthy alternatives. Once you switch to health alternatives, something that is plant-based, those things, they will heal you from the inside out, and they're not used necessarily as drugs or as medication, but those are things that you drink to be able to cleanse your body and prevent the sickness that might actually happen. So that heals you from a molecular level, because now the nutrition that you're actually eating has become the medication that you're supposed to be taking. Once you do that, next thing that you need to look into is then the food that you're eating. Are you eating clean and healthy food? The food that when you really look at these industries, the pharmaceutical industries, all these major industries, you realize they are owned by practically the same billionaires, the same people. All those names, you find them. You find BlackRock, then Bill Gates, and all those other people. You will find them owning major pharmaceutical companies, the biggest ones, that will then supply to these small ones. And then they will own the biggest food production industry. That's the reason why Bill Gates is actually the biggest private land owner in the United States. I'm pretty sure he's buying off land also here in Africa, but obviously, we might not know about that at this stage. They own, so when you look into these industries, so what I'm saying is, when you look into these industries, you realize the same people, and they're profiteering off of you, off of your health, off of anything and everything that you do. So when you look at the food that you eat, second thing that you need to do is, my food clean? Is the food that I'm eating healing me, or it's actually destroying my health? So you need to now start eating clean food, something that you've planted yourself. You need to eat herbs. You need to, even the meat, you can eat meat, but the meat that you eat needs not to be grown by chemicals and these GMOs. Clean food. When you eat clean food, your inside is going to be clean. Once you then cleanse the food that you eat, you need to then look at the water that you're drinking. Is the water that I'm drinking clean? Is the water that I'm using to clean my dishes, my food, and to cook with, is it clean? Is it coming from the tap? Tap water is not clean. It's got fluoride. It's got so many other chemicals. And by the way, most of it is recycled sewer water. So you're actually drinking sewer water, and then the pipes are not clean. So the water that you need to drink, you need to now invest in a filtration system, or you harvest water from the rainwater, or you have a borehole water. You use that water, you clean that water, you filter it, then you drink it. Same water you use to bath with, because when you bath, your largest organ is your skin. So your skin absorbs whatever that is put on it. If you put unclean water on your skin, it absorbs all those chemicals. So you need to now clean with clean water. You're not actually cleaning yourself when you're using unclean water. So then after that, you need to look at the lotion that you're using, the soap that you're using. Is it natural? Is it clean? Or is it chemical based? Because those chemicals, they'll affect your well-being, your body, your mindset, everything that you're doing. Once you go on that, now you know, okay, the water you're drinking is clean, the water that you're using to clean with is clean, everything that you're doing is clean. your detergents, they're natural, all those things, the food, the medication. So once you've cleansed yourself from the inside out, you become a clean person, your mental health changes, everything about yourself changes. Once you do that, then you now need to go on a cleanse of your mental cleanse, the things that you watch. If you're going on social media, feeding yourself on negativity, feeding yourself on gossip, feeding yourself on low vibrational things, people twerking, half naked, fighting, breaking relationships, you need to then cleanse yourself from all those things. The music that you listen to, you can't be listening to music about people talking about ending people's lives. Women are this, F words this, F word that, I'm gonna do you this, I'm gonna end your life. You can't listen to that. You can't cleanse yourself from the inside and then you expose your mind. Even the Bible, it says your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is clean, or if your eye is simple, your whole body is going to be clean. So what you put in your mind using your eye, either what you read on social media, the books that you read, the films that you watch, things that you listen to, all those things, they will affect who you are. You now need to cleanse the music you listen to, the people you watch, the podcasts you watch, the people you follow on social media, or even just best close off social media. Don't watch television. Now you know you're leveling up. Your associates, your people that you associate with, you need to now make sure you're very pedantic. You're careful who you associate with. You're careful who you talk with. You're careful what you talk about. And then the things that you're feeding your mind, you're feeding growth. You're reading growth books, the Bible. You're reading, things that will grow you, things that will allow you to level up. Then you need to also go on a cleanse. You fast from people, you fast from social media, you fast from, and then you also need to understand the frequencies, the EMF, the Wi-Fi. You need to close off Wi-Fi once in a while, every night. Close off the Wi-Fi. Make sure that your home is protected. You got, things that protect you from the negative waves and the negative Wi-Fi's and all those things. Once you then go on those fasts, you fast from people, you fast from certain foods, and then you also do detox. You detox your body, you detox your mind, you detox, your environment, the environment that you're on. You go on prayers, you go on a spiritual leveling up, you pray, you worship, you praise God, you stay close with family, you stay close with friends, and you spend time with nature. The air that you breathe, when you're in nature or around trees, the air that you're breathing is actually, you need to make sure that the air that you're breathing is clean. This is a holistic approach to health. When you do that, you actually find that your entire life actually changes. Peace and abundance, family.